recording! Hi guys!
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did you press?
No. You did.
I probably pressed by mistake. Guys, I copied my friend's braids. Thank you.
How cute do we look though?
So I saw her on Instagram with braids and I was like, let me quickly go to the salon and pretend like I've always had it. Like, great mind.
Bitch, you stole my look.
Then I really decided, let me just tell her. Let me just tell her I like her hairstyle and I'm gonna have it.
I think you look cute as hell.
Thanks, you look amazing.
I think yellow bone and chocolate nails. Yellow.
You're yellow.
Mm-hmm.
No,
yellow.
You're brown.
You are yellow.
I'm a bit lighter than you, just
brown
a bit.
skin girl.
Brown, yeah. Guys, we sing, hey? Me and my friend are singers. We used to be singers. And she's laughing.
Do you remember when can we say people's names?
Of course we
Remember
can.
when Papi gave us a gig? Got us a gig, Soweto.
At back door, back room.
Yes.
Okay, we had a gig. Just the two of us.
I
I better compare a gig.
Hi, Pops. I think we can still sing with a bit of wines in the.
Guys, there's no wine.
What are we talking
There's no
about?
alcohol. What are we talking? I just feel like perhaps we should tell people how we met.
Okay, I'm down for that. Bitch, how you know me?
So, back in the day, like back in the day, once upon a time, we used to be in a girl band.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to sing one song that we used to sing?
Oh my gosh, I forgot all of them.
I hear you.
I was not even in the recording studio when that song was done, so please don't even.
Are you trying to say there was something wrong with the song? In my heart, I'm scared.
It's not one of my favorite songs in the album, I must say.
Do you know what the funny thing is about that whole album?
Hmm?
How many songs did we have? 12, 13?
Somewhere there.
I don't think we have a single song that we all did as a group.
Are you serious?
I think I was in 2 or 3 songs.
I was in most songs.
You were in most of them. Because I came
Because
like
I
10 years later into this project. But I don't think we have a song
Where everybody was in.
in one track.
Not
But here's a funny thing. Sorry
unless if it
to
was
sidetrack.
one. Isn't it one? Because I feel like.
We did the one with Professor. No, we didn't all do it. Somebody might have been in Nigeria at the time. Somebody might have.
So guys, me and my friend here, we used to be in a girl band called Rush, which I think didn't survive because of the management. So a group of guys, Kwela Debza and David Gao, put together a girl band with Gallo Records. I think at the time there was a guy called Melvin. I think he may his soul rest in peace. He died. So he put together a girl band for Gallo.
Sorry, my phone keeps
with
ringing.
the guys, and I feel like it didn't work because of the management. And so how I got to be in the group was we were auditioned at Gallo Records. So there was cues and then
idols, guys. Was
like
that
idols,
deep?
yes.
You know. Maybe explain the concept that they were going for. Isn't it? They said they were trying to do the SA version of Pussycat Dolls.
Yes.
Okay.
Which is the reason why I didn't go at first. Because
Okay.
a friend of mine, CD, kept on calling me and saying they're still auditioning. So I think a week or 2 passed. She was still saying, listen, they're still looking for a voice or a certain voice or still looking for more girls. Come and audition. And I was like, okay. After work, I went and auditioned and I got a spot. Which doesn't make sense because Pussycat Dolls mean... I mean, guys, Pussycat Dolls and a girl that wears a dupe, it don't make no sense. Anyway, so as the group started, we started recording, and then there was 5 of us, or 6, even 7 or something, and then they kept on taking out some girls. And then later came.
The way I love to tell the story. So so I was head-hearted, guys. Like, I just said a no cue, you know. So what happened? Actually, the last time we were talking about it, Lee Tinsha, I got a couple of details wrong. So the two guys from Kwela-Tapes, Tebogo and Mpo, I think it was Tebogo and Mpo at the time, came to the school that I went to.
After.
One of the girls was from my school, Nizri.
Yes.
Ne?
Z.
And then I suppose people saying we need to find somebody else, then she mentioned there's somebody I know.
Oh, so Z mentioned you?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yes. Thank you, Z.
Girl.
Shout out to Z. So they came to my school. I remember the one time I was called outside the school, and then they're telling me, okay, this is what we're trying to do, and we're looking for member number 6, right? So I literally had to sing there in the car. Yes, that's how I auditioned. They're like, okay, can you sing? I'm like, yeah, I think so. Okay, sing something. And I sang. I think it was an Alicia Keys song. Like, my voice is not even,
Some people are
you know? But yeah, I sang a verse of the song, and then it was decided there, and then, okay, you are in. Guys. And that's how
more fancier than my experience.
And that's how then I ended up in the crew. But then when they came to pick me up for the first session, the first recording session, I walk out, guys. I live in Melville. I walk out of the yard, Nikitula, in a cottage.
Yeah.
Walk out and I see a white Prada. Is it Prado? The car, 4x4. Kia Hamang, guys.
Lebo! Did you get fetched by Lebo?
Yes!
Oh my God! I didn't know this!
I was starstruck.
Oh my God!
I get into the
that's
car
so
and
nice.
I was so in love with that girl. Like,
I still love that car.
I remember, you know, after I would always do a showcase. It was either Lebo Mantos or Brenda Fast. Like, that's how obsessed I was, and that's how I met Lebo Mantos. I guess
Came to fetch you.
She picked
so that
me up.
day when we had a session with her in the studio.
Yes, that was my first
God.
time with you guys. So yeah, it was like magical.
Like
Anyway.
jaw drop.
No, like I had like a proper.
Like I feel like you're a celebrity right
Honey.
now.
And then I feel like from there, just everything fell into place. They found the chocolate that would
was
bring the
missing.
thing together. Yeah.
The
Anyway,
piece that was missing.
so fast forward to.
I didn't know this. Like I've got goosebumps.
Yes,
like I've got the chill.
No, like there was like I can tell you, in all of my 34 years of life, I'm gonna cry. There was one of those moments I was like, I can't believe this is happening. And it's just, yeah. So I think in that moment, there was that thing out, okay, you are on the right path. I don't know what happened. Music fell off along the way. But in that moment, I was like, okay,
Something's
there's something here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were fetched by Lebo in her cups. I used to go crazy over that car. Just go like a very tiny, sexy girl in that humongous freaking car.
And at that time, I thought they were so cute. Anyway, we can keep it. Yeah.
That was still cute.
So we're talking about.
I feel like that
how
was
we
still
met.
cute.
It's alright.
Okay.
Okay. You laughed at you when I never ravishing
Exactly. Anyway.
So
So
that's
oh
how
my
we
gosh,
met.
like I'm still.
No, there was like, yeah.
So we went into studio with Lebo, guys. Lebo was our mentor that day in the studio. Lebo kept on giving us tips. How to there's certain ways of how to pronounce words when you speak. But then I learned that day with her that there's a way of pronouncing words when you sing.
Yeah.
So she explained the whole
Yeah.
analogy of it, and it made damn sense. Lebo Matosa explained that thing to
so
me.
amazing.
I feel like I was alone in this. So when she explained, it
really
made
does,
sense to
right?
to some of us. So yeah, may her soul rest in peace, and I'm glad I shared that kind of moment with her. But she was such a powerhouse.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, it was so lovely.
Anyway, what
Having
happened
that
to your group, Get?
Huh? What?
Yeah, what happened to your group?
So this group, like I said earlier, I feel like it got messed up because the management wasn't watertight. It was weak.
But I have a question. Do you think, besides the management being what it was, our personalities alone as the girls, do you think that would have, did we stand a chance?
I still feel, yeah,
or
perhaps
do you feel like had management had their...
Perhaps we might, you're right, maybe we might be passing on blame onto other people, but at the same time, I feel like if management, I don't think Beyonce, Lee, Kelly, Mang Ba all the time.
True. Yeah.
I feel like management always bring them together and remind them where they are,
the vision
why
was
they
clear,
why
and
they
they knew we're
together.
gonna do this and this is how we're gonna put it together.
Yeah,
And
why
there
they're
was, you know,
together.
okay.
We didn't. It wasn't the type of group that started with friends like Yoko Jamali and okay, maybe Jamali also started from pop stars and whatever. But I think the way it started, we were supposed to be managed. And we weren't. We were left in the wilderness by ourselves to think for ourselves by ourselves, and with people that you didn't grow up with and that you didn't have a vision working with for whatever purpose. It wouldn't have worked without a strong management team.
Fair enough. Yeah.
I mean, there was myself, Katlego, Z, Precious, Telesia,
And
Tansy, Kure, guys. Yes!
oh, but we were a bunch of hot girls.
We were.
Hot. Shem. Yes, I said we were hot. You don't think I'm hot? I think I'm hot. I think she's hot. We were a bunch of hot girls working with a bunch of hot
guys.
Boys.
Yeah, true.
So literally.
Perhaps that was also part of the
I think
problem
so.
because either there was one fencing the other and you fencing the other and me fencing the other, or they fencing us, something like there was just...
I think we were all just young trying to figure things out, and it got messy because then me saying we don't have a single song that we all recorded together is leading me to the point that we would be rehearsing for a performance and then somebody says, okay, I'm going to sing that part, and then I'm sitting there like, but that's I recorded that. Yes.
It doesn't make sense. Why are you picking a part
hey,
that I
like
recorded?
Okay, I'm going to sing that part, you think you're going to sing the part, and you're like, girl,
you don't get to choose a part to perform when you didn't even record it in the studio.
Luna.
Also, the dynamics of that, my friend, is something that we needed direction on.
No, absolutely.
Because you could record, I think, for example, I keep going to Beyonce and, well, Destiny's Child, because you'd hear, this is Beyonce's voice, but you'd see Kelly performing it.
Yes.
Because perhaps her voice is louder than Kelly's on that part, on the recorded version. But performance-wise, everybody needs to be in participation of the same song, and we all need to have parts.
Yeah.
Otherwise, why is it a group? So when it came to, I'll take that part, when it came to us picking a part to sing or to perform, we probably needed direction and management to say,
in those moments,
listen, this is the situation. You might have recorded this part,
but we need
to share parts in order for us to perform. All of us perform on stage. 100%. So, but we were left to just decide, no, you're not gonna sing this part because I recorded it.
Thing. Okay, I'm singing that part.
It's like, yeah. So.
Oh, okay.
And so that made also all of us to be hostile and to fight and to have beef amongst each other, against each other. Woo, guys, girl band, ne?
Anywho,
that's like military school.
Honey, tell me about it. And there was also a dynamic of it's like there were people that were tearing others down, you know, because you judged on fashion and when you don't dress, you know. So we're going away, but don't come wearing those pants. Your tension, don't you want to do your hair like? So it also had that element.
Yeah, when nobody has the braids.
Yeah, but it comes down to the fact that there's no structure, there's no voice that we all listening to that says, guys, this is what we're doing, this is how we're gonna do it, and just follow direction.
Management.
Do you want to talk about what happened that led to
the
end of Give It a Rush?
Guys, my kids are knocking at the door shouting mama, and I've locked the door because
that's why
we're working.
Fine. So what happened was, right?
Yes, you go. I trust you.
It's a bit tricky. This one becomes a bit tricky because...
Yeah, it is a very tricky one, come to think of it.
Do we want to go there?
Let's try.
Okay.
So, the reason why it didn't work, I keep on saying management, but I feel like, let me just put it that way and say, I feel like the group fell apart because we were too many individuals that wanted to make it in the entertainment industry. I was an individual, she was an individual that wanted to make it in the industry her own way. You were already studying at AFDA, which means your direction would have eventually been entertainment industry. So you also had a vision about yourself being there and how you wanted to come out, right? So we were all individuals, all 20 of us.
Literally.
So there was me wanting to come out as a jazz singer, to be portrayed in a certain way. There was you that wanted to come out in a certain way, and then Precious and Z and Tenzi and whoever. So now, here we are. David is a comedian. He also, it was beginning stages of his career as well. Kwela Tebogo had been in the industry for a while, and he was, I can safely say, successful at the time. But he still needed to make money in the industry, and I just feel like all of us still needed to get there. All of us. So whether or not they got together to make a group happen, they still needed, in a way,
their own.
This
also
group
look
would
out
have
for their
put
own.
would have put them also elsewhere in the industry, whether good or bad, but it would have made a name for them. So I feel like it was all 20 of us trying to make it in the industry in our own way. Obviously, for the group, for the girl band, we needed direction because we knew nothing about the industry. All you knew about it is from a distance what you see on TV, the drags, the abuse, the people being taken advantage of. So that's all we knew about the industry, but the intricacies and the complications, Jayona, they knew better. To us, we looked at them. We looked up. We looked up at them. What do they say? We looked up to them. We looked up to them
for direction. Absolutely.
That's why it didn't work. That's my version of it. But also they left us. They took their dream and gave it to somebody else. Because I feel like that's first step of failure. You do not take your dream and your passion.
Don't take your child
and give it to somebody else to raise. So they took the group and gave it to Baba Lamneno to take care of. I don't know if we should mention her name, but also she took it and used her own version
of what she knew would be the quickest way to get us out there, because ultimately it got to, there's an album, it's recorded. Now we need to get these girls promotions. We need to start, because obviously there's money that was invested in this thing. People
Yeah.
now need to start making their money back. But in doing so, they also need to get us out. And I think with her is that she knew a lot of people in the industry, not so much understood the music industry, but entertainment as a whole. She had a name for herself, right? I don't think her vision was in alignment to theirs,
Yeah.
right? All they knew is that she could get us gigs, and all she knew is that I have contacts and I can get gigs,
Yeah.
right? And literally that's what happened. I mean, she got us into Rain Show.
Yep.
She got us to the Rain Show. She got us
A few private gigs with a few private people.
Yeah, which is where this now became a bit of a right? Because I think, and this is my truth, you might agree, you might not agree.
Yeah.
In the process of the guys now saying, help us get these girls out, they also figured they need to make money, right?
Yeah.
And then as far as we know, as far as I knew, let me speak for myself, you might agree.
Yeah.
I don't know about the rest. We can't speak for people that are not there. As far as we know, we need to do promo work.
Yeah.
And a promo work is a promo work. You don't ask for 10 rand.
Oh.
You're
I
getting
didn't
your
know.
money out there. That's how I
Okay.
thought. And I think that's what got us to the biggest complication, because it involved money at the end of the day. And that's what literally just broke it then all down.
I feel like Babs came in at a point where we were freaking hungry.
We were starving.
And then she was, to me and my pocket and our friendship, she was a savior.
Looking out for her baby.
Yes, Babs came in, gave us gigs. Straight after the gig, you get paid.
Check,
Honey.
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 2008. 25,000 to a girl who's been getting 300 rand a monthly
Allowance from
allowance
mama.
from home. And every 5. And we're sitting here, we are hearing this story saying, here's a check, you are not supposed to know about it. It's literally what happened.
Yeah.
Here's a check, you are not supposed to know about it.
Do I take it to them or do
Should
you
I give it to them or will you guys pass it on?
Would you pass it on when
This
you're
is the
hungry?
first glass of wine, so we're not going to make this a wine conversation.
Would you pass it on when you need to pay rent?
Honey.
When you need to buy some cosmetics? For you to look good, Pella, you're in front of the camera 24/7, literally.
And I mean, that year I've moved in with you.
Yes, we
Right.
moved in together.
That year I know that I'm not going to graduate that year because it's my last year at school, but because this thing took over, I know I'm not going to graduate with my class. I will need to make up, so I graduate with the next group,
Class, yeah.
right?
Mm.
So I'm living with my friend. We're hungry. She's accommodated me. This will lead back to our relationship as friends. But I'm living with Tensha rent-free. But it's not a take advantage because you don't have to. We're hungry.
We still need to fill up
start
the fridge.
moving. Yes, we must eat and we must, stuffs must happen. So we got to check.
From Babs. Thank you, Babs.
We sat down as a group and made there's a word.
A mature.
An executive.
An immature executive decision.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That there's 5 of us. This thing is not complicated. Pa.
Divide by.
5 dawa. We had a spot in Rosebank because we lived at the zone. I don't know if you remember. We lived at Primi PRT at the zone at the time. We were there like almost every day. We thought, girls, tomorrow we meet to get Primi. We're going to go to F&B. We're going to cash this check.
Yeah.
And we're going to chow. Each person gets their own. How you explain it to your bosses is on you. But in that moment, it's justified because we were not supposed to know I feel like the whole thing that management should have taken charge means that we're gonna say, guys, we don't know, right?
Yeah.
It easily looks like you're being ripped off when you haven't had the conversation that, guys, I have put in 200,000 into this project. Before anything blows up, we need to recover the money.
Yeah, I think it's the conversations that we didn't have.
Those conversations never happened.
Yeah, we didn't have, but we were supposed, like we there was an assumption that we knew. It's like obvious.
There was an assumption that we knew, but the argument is then who told who?
We didn't know.
It wasn't a private conversation with me.
Know. I've never had that conversation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So how are we supposed to know? When the check clearly came as a, you are not supposed to know. Who am I to question?
Also, you're thinking, so we're not supposed to know. So we're not.
They're ripping us off. That's what it felt like.
Yeah, that's exactly what it felt like at the time. Also,
and these are friends. These are our brothers. These are people that you're trusting with.
Yeah.
Your literally.
These are the people that our parents trust with us,
Yes.
because also we've had these conversations with our parents, and they know why am I seeing you on Selima Tunzi?
Go your TV.
Go your TV, go wherever. So we had to explain and say who's taking care of us, and then these are the people that our parents trust with us. Also, this is, like I said, an immature executive decision, because you don't know what you don't know.
Exactly.
You don't know how much David or Deboho has invested in this project.
You don't even know how much Gallo put into this project, because they could have actually given money and said, you guys have a vision. I'm assuming, would be me assuming, you don't go to a record label and say, sign these people. You're selling them a concept. They bought into it. So having bought into it, they should have put something into it.
Yeah,
there's extra
paid, like
things.
Your producers were
there's extras, your costumes and what, and you know.
Yeah.
But what studio time as well? Because we're recording in somebody's home with equipment that now owning all this equipment, we know.
You see, this is the reason why we're here, because we didn't have that conversation. Because also there's mixing of the songs that was probably done, go with jazz words, stuff that we didn't have proper conversations about. Because I remember also we tried having a song with Mjakes, remember?
Yeah.
And then I don't know what happened with that plan. Guys, it was a lot, and we were still young. Well, I was a little bit older, but I was young. In the industry, it doesn't matter. My dad's office.
My mother threw away all of mine. It would have been a nice background.
A poster. Guys, we had a poster. We had a poster in Drum Magazine. The one of that poster in the middle of the magazine.
Honey, shame. Tell us we didn't make
this. This is us singing that song, in my time. Back in the day when I was.
Do you know what our kids will be calling us? What we call people who says I was once rich.
Yeah.
We're not going to be those parents. So this story must end here. I don't want my child to see, my mother's hanging on to those things.
Exactly, Ma, you're not famous. Stop it.
Count.
Guys, my hair keeps messing up with me. Anyway, so that is what we think. That's it. That's where we leave it.
Okay.
Whoever wants to know more about that,
call us and
just comment or inbox or email, then we'll tell you if we can, if we remember.
I think we must stop this one and record another episode.
Do you remember we had a meeting with Teboho and David to fire them?
Yeah. Guys, we were such little prima donnas.
We were so entitled.
No freaking. Maybe we should do an episode of our most fondest funny memories of shit we did that we thought we knew and we didn't really know what the fuck we did. We fired people, guys.
Yeah.
And we said we're going with the songs. And we said, what music? You guys go, leave the music here. And I mean,
I'm sure David was just like,
Banaba.
What are they talking about?
Banaba.
But that's when they should have
realized. We have
realized.
an investor And that's how we would all discover Naija.
But that's when they should have realized that we had clueless.
Yeah.
And that they did not, the foundation, fundamentals of